Today, one of the state's top DNA analysts will be back in court. Missy Woods is scheduled to be arraigned in Jefferson County, accused of manipulating evidence in hundreds of criminal cases.
And there's some Denver food truck drama. A licensed taco truck that has been parked in the same spot for years is now being told by the city to move. Why officials say it never should have been there and why this could be happening to even more trucks now. New
year, new job. Expert tips on how to boost your chances of landing your next big gig. But first, today marks 4 years since the Marshall Fire. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. The fire killed 2 people and became the most expensive wildfire in state history at an estimated $2 billion. So over 4 days, the fire burned nearly 1,100 homes and 7 businesses. And investigators eventually pointed to more than one cause for the fire: a burn on residential property that reignited and arcing XL power lines.
Over the past few weeks, XL started paying out $640 million to settle lawsuits related to the fire. Katie, wind fueled the fire 4 years ago. It's a bit different forecast today. Still warm, but not with the winds.
Absolutely. And drought, unfortunately, continues to impact Colorado. What a devastating day it was 4 years ago today with the Marshall Fire. This afternoon, winds will be relatively calm here for the metro area, but dry vegetation and worsening drought. We could really use some more moisture here across the state. Fortunately, as we kick off the new year, we are bracing for it, especially over western Colorado in the mountains. But your weather headlines for this Tuesday, December 30th. It's chilly out there. Temperatures in Denver are in the 20s this morning. Not as cold this afternoon. A lot of sunshine. No hazardous conditions to tell you about for today. No watches, warnings, or advisories. Warmer temperatures on the way tomorrow and through the start of the new year. But right now, it is only 11 degrees in Greeley, low 30s in Castle Rock, Colorado Springs sitting at 23, and some single digits in the mountains this morning from Vail into Granby, and those winds making it feel even colder. So the gustiest conditions off to our west over Loveland and Berthoud Pass, upwards of 35 miles per hour already recorded there this morning, making the wind chill value, the feels like temperature below zero over those higher terrain in the mountains, with some feels like conditions at 0 in Lyman. So bundle up, have the jacket on this morning. You want the sunglasses for today. Dry conditions, chapstick, lotion also your friend, as we see low relative humidity. By 9 a.m., 35 degrees will be above freezing by that point. Temperatures in the low 40s by 11 a.m. Our average high for this date is 44 degrees. Daytime highs around 10 degrees above that this afternoon. Sunshine 53, relatively calm winds from the southwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour this afternoon. Forecasted highs 50s across the eastern plains. Will start to introduce some slightly milder air moving into southwestern Colorado, all due to a ridge of high pressure building in from the southwest. That'll create some warmer temperatures tomorrow. Our Colorado snowpack, pretty abysmal. It is not looking great. Kind of a pathetic start to our ski season. At least the mountains really are going to be bracing and hoping for more accumulating snow with our next system set to roll in on New Year's Day. But starting off 2026, mostly cloudy skies, relatively dry. Southwestern Colorado will start to see some precipitation, rain and snow at lower terrain, snow filtering into the western slope, mainly west of the Continental Divide. We'll talk more about snow accumulation that we're expecting through the start of the year. Possibility for a brief rain shower, otherwise mostly cloudy skies through Thursday before we clear out for the weekend. Details in your extended forecast.
Thank you so much. Happy Tuesday, everyone. 6:02 is your time. Sky 9 is up and giving us a live look right now of Highway 36. So for those heading to Boulder or from Boulder to Denver right now, that commute, it is very light. We're not seeing any impact whatsoever. I do want to show you our CDOT cameras right now. 6th Avenue, so in the Lakewood area, right near Sheridan. If you're hopping onto I-25, that on-ramp still clear. This is what your drive is going to look like. Those cars heading towards us. Those are all the eastbound lanes. On the other side of westbound heading into Wadsworth and Kipling, also you're not going to see any impacts. Getting to your drive times real quick. If you're heading to Boulder, Sky 9 was just showing us Highway 36 and how quiet it was. So we do have the green light right now. It's only going to take you 17 minutes. Up and down I-25, really all the way up to Fort Collins and all the way down to Castle Rock. I'm not seeing any crashes or overnight construction happening right now. Traffic is very light in both directions right now of I-25. So from downtown to DTC, a 14 to 15 minute drive.
All right, thank you, Brianna. Well, police are looking for the person who has been going out to the Highline Canal Trail in the middle of the night with homemade explosives. Investigators just shared clearer images of who they're looking for. 9 News reporter Ria Jha is live in the area with more details. Ria, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we're right off of East Quincy Ave. It's in a pretty residential neighborhood, and while we haven't seen that many people here yet, this is a really popular trail for marathoners. So a lot of early morning runners, which is exactly when police say they've been seeing this person come out. So they said they've seen this person come out repeatedly on South Quincy Ave, stretching a little bit over 2 miles down to Bellevue. The person officers are looking for is described as a thin man, around 6 feet tall, usually dressed for cold weather, winter jacket, gloves, beanies, goggles, even a utility belt with a tactical pouch. Investigators believe he's riding a black, high-powered e-bike with wide tires. Police say the damage appears to be from small homemade explosive devices, and cameras caught him just this past weekend trying to do this again. So it's not the first time we've heard problems along this trail. Earlier this year, we reported on a sexual assault. Although in this case, there were no reported injuries, police believe this is more an act of vandalism than harm. So they're just hoping to identify this person. Anyone with information is asked to call Cherry Hills Village Police. Reporting live in Cherry Hills, Ria Cha, 9 News.
Maria, thank you. Also right now, with tax season approaching, authorities are warning people to be on alert for IRS scams. This comes after one person lost $2,000. They told the Weld County Sheriff's Office she got a call from a man claiming to work for Discover Credit Card. He told her she had to withdraw cash and deposit into a Bitcoin machine to avoid IRS fees. Now, the call dropped several times, which is a red flag, but the victim still lost $2,000. The FTC says scammers often demand immediate payment using Bitcoin, wire transfers, or prepaid cards. The IRS says it usually contacts people by mail and will never threaten arrest or demand payment over the phone. If you get a call like this, hang up and report it.
Happening today, a former DNA analyst for the Colorado Bureau of Investigation is scheduled to be arraigned. Missy Woods is accused of manipulating data in hundreds of cases during her nearly 30-year career with CBI, many of those cases involving sexual assault. An affidavit shows that Woods admitted to deleting dates and reporting no male DNA. She is charged with more than 100 counts, including perjury and forgery. She is set to be arraigned at 11 o'clock this morning. We're going to be following this throughout the day, and we'll update you on air and online once we know more.
Jefferson County is asking residents to help plan for the next big disaster, and it could bring in federal dollars. The county just launched a hazard mitigation plan survey asking people to rate risks like flooding, high winds, hail, and extreme heat in their neighborhoods. It also asks what concerns you most have after disaster, including food, water, communication, and transportation. The plan must be updated every 5 years to stay eligible for FEMA mitigation funding, which can help pay for wildfire prevention, flood protection, and stronger utilities. The survey comes just days after strong winds knocked out power to tens of thousands of people across the county.
Well, it's been a rough couple of months to be a food truck in Denver. You may remember the viral video of a city health inspector pouring bleach into a repeat offender's food, shutting down an unlicensed truck. Well, now the city is telling a licensed taco truck to move from the spot where it's been parked for a decade now. Tacos y Torta y Peluchula on Federal Street has built a loyal customer base and earned great online reviews. The truck has been licensed since 2013 and operates in the parking lot of a law firm. The law firm says that it doesn't want the truck gone, but the city recently realized that the truck should never have been allowed to operate there in the first place. The location is in a zone that doesn't allow food trucks, and that's not new. It just wasn't flagged during annual permit renewals until now, that is. Now that truck owner is worried that he may lose more than a decade of clientele at a spot that he wouldn't have ever set up if he knew that he couldn't be there.
The guy that I talked to, I told him I've been here for 11, 12 years and I've never heard about this. It's like, yeah, I don't know why nobody caught this before. I'm sorry. This is what pays the bills, what pays our mortgage, our car insurance, bills. It's the whole thing.
City officials say the scenario isn't unique and that other trucks are facing similar problems as well, even those that were approved in the past.
The number of adults in the United States who drink alcohol has hit a record low. One Denver business owner says that's one of the many reasons they have to close their doors for good. Baker Wines and Liquors will close up on Broadway after being in business for 15 years. The owners attribute the closure to rising costs, low sales, wine and grocery stores, and people drinking less. According to a recent Gallup study, 54% of adults say they drink alcohol. That's down from 58% just last year. The co-owner of Baker Wines says not one single issue is to blame, but he fears all of these issues won't be going away anytime soon.
We want to battle it out. We would love to stay. If we saw a light at the end of the tunnel, we would. But right now, we kind of feel like the piñata getting beat by little kids, you know?
Baker Wines does not have a closing date just yet. It will be sometime in January.
New this morning, area police want to address recent concerns about coyotes in town. While they understand that pets have been attacked, officers say they are not equipped to handle wildlife. Coyotes are best left to Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and CPW says that you should only call if you see a coyote acting aggressively, not just to report a sighting. Resources are online at Erie's Animal Services website and CPW's website as well. Police and CPW are working to educate the community, especially with February mating season ahead.
Yeah, give them space, protect your pets. It will be dry and sunny today here across Colorado, in Erie, low 50s, same in Denver. In the mountains today, Steamboat Springs and Winter Park, a little bit cooler in the low 30s, but we are starting to introduce some milder air rolling in from the southwest. 40s for a lot of our central and southern high country towns. Denver's average high is 44 degrees, and we're wrapping up 2025 tomorrow. 60s expected here in town, up into Fort Collins, Greeley in the upper 50s New Year's Eve, really mild, but we are bracing for a little more mountain moisture. We'll talk more about those snow totals we're expecting through the day on Thursday. And then here in Denver, mostly cloudy skies and a high of 60 degrees. I'll have that full forecast for you coming up after the break, Brianna.
Katie, thank you so much. For those heading out the door, it is quiet all across the Denver metro area, really up and down I-70, I-25, 225, so you should not see any delays whatsoever if you're heading out the door right now. Zooming into southbound I-25 from 144th down to 76, not seeing any slowdowns, and we usually start to see bumper-to-bumper traffic right along 104th Avenue near the North Glen area, but I'm sure that is not going to be the case for this week as we're wrapping up the holiday season. So your overall drive up and down I-25, only 9 minutes and still crash-free.